What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go. Let's go.
Man, big one tonight. Nuggets in Philadelphia. They made it. Planes,
Thank
trains,
goodness.
and automobiles. They made it to Philadelphia to take on Joel Embiid and the 76ers. We're going to talk about, is this the biggest game of the year? Where does it fall amongst the big games? We're going to talk about, if we were writing the script, if we were writing it, how would it go tonight? As well as going to talk about the X Factors. To help me out, I got Brendan Vogt.
Eric did not duck this game. He did not duck
He's
this
here.
game, chat. He's here. There's only 4 seats. We gave the man the pregame off, but he's here, and he's ready for battle just like the rest of us.
To be clear, though, if they lose, he's definitely taking the postgame
He will
off.
duck
He will
that.
duck the
He'll duck
postgame.
that.
He's not ducking the pregame.
He's not above ducking the
No.
postgame.
It's a TBD.
Over there, Harrison Wind.
Fellas, I'm excited, man. I am excited for this game. I can't wait. I cannot
Some
wait.
games just hit a little different. Then over there, Superstar Dev.
I've been thinking about this game
Look at
since the
that
minute
hat.
that I woke up today. I have been thrilled all day. I was counting down the hours, the minutes, the seconds, and we're here. We're
It is a
fucking
big
here.
one, man. Like, what's not? It was funny. You know, my buddy, my guy, Spike Eskid, the other day, I put out the we're talking about the big game, and he did the, we don't even care about this game. I was like, bullshit. Hilarious.
Yeah.
That a
is
team
hilarious.
that hasn't won a title would not take regular season games seriously. We know, of course, this one's big for everybody, and it's going to be fun. It feels like a lot of stakes. I'm going to either have a great week or a terrible week, and it's all going to be determined in the next 2 hours. Honestly, I can't tell if I'm going to have a good week or a
You
bad
don't
one.
say that when the Nuggets are playing the Hornets.
Don't care. Couldn't
Not
even-
quite the same.
Did they already play the Hornets? I don't remember.
did.
Twice.
Yeah,
They
actually.
played them twice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a guy named Nick Richards.
Yeah.
Don't remember it. But this game I will remember. Give me the game notes, Wind.
Well, the Nuggets spent a lot of time on the plane yesterday. They were supposed to be taking off at noon Mountain Time and landing in Philly at 5:15. But according to Katie Wingy, the engine of the plane froze.
The
That's
engine
tough.
froze.
The actual engine froze. So they did not take off until 5 p.m. A 3-hour flight turned into 8 hours on the plane.
I get nervous when there's an announcement. We have to change the tire. There's a bad tire. You're like, man, the tire.
Should we
that's
just
scary.
call the whole thing off?
But I can't imagine that. Hey, the engine's frozen. Should be fine.
I gotta
Yeah.
think you just don't let anybody know about that.
It's
until
fine.
you
It's
land.
just frozen, but it'll thaw in the air.
Just
Yeah.
give it an hour. We should
Yeah,
be fine.
We should be good.
So we're not ones for excuses on this podcast, but tough travel conditions.
That's no excuse. Nuggets, don't
No,
you dare.
no,
Don't you dare.
We don't have excuses on this podcast, but
No.
tough travel.
I'd turn into
Conditions.
Royce White if the plane did that.
He doesn't like to fly, right?
That's
Is that
a
the thing?
throwback. Tanked his draft
That's a deep
stock.
cut right there. Royce White he
Yeah.
pulled out. That's a deep cut.
But you might have also seen yesterday that the entire Nuggets starting 5 was all of a sudden questionable for
Yeah.
this game.
I had to have been a troll.
You think it was a troll?
I mean, I know that they gave you a reason, but I'm saying
They
that
didn't
was
give
a
me a
troll.
reason.
Oh, I thought was it Katie that tweeted out that's why is because they were on the plane and maybe
I
the guys-
tweeted out that's why.
I think it's
Oh.
a troll because they didn't put the entire team. They put the starting 5. That's a troll job.
They all had specific reasons. It wasn't questionable plain. It
They
was
should have
question-
done questionable
Yeah,
play.
Yeah,
they're
that's what they
all
should've.
banged up. I know my buddy Tony, gambling buddy, he's been a friend of the show. He texted me. He's like, "It's really a perfect spot if you think about it for them to rest." I was like, "Dude, shut up! This is not a perfect spot for them to
Yeah.
rest."
I think they just wanted to make sure they actually got to Philadelphia like
Yeah.
an hour before the game or so.
There you go.
But everybody's playing. Everybody's upgrades are probable. Regular starters for the Nuggets tonight. Regular starters for the 76ers as well. They are on a back-to-back, but Joel Embiid is playing
Is it
tonight.
the starters with Kelly Oubre? I assume.
I haven't seen a specific starting lineup for
It's who
them.
they started last game. I mean, I
see
think
if
it's who
I'll
they
find
start
it.
when they have everybody healthy. But it's not their best 5-man lineup. Their best 5-man lineup features DeAnthony Melton, Batum, and Tobias Harris. And that is one of the, I think it's a plus 34 net rating in about 150 minutes, 200 minutes, something like that, which is decent sample size for a 5-man lineup. One of the very few 5-man lineups that is better than Denver's statistically. Now, again, not a starting, a little bit more staggered minutes in there, so I, take that for what you will. But I think this game is a great head-to-head, a great duo, and a great 5-man matchup, in my opinion. That's why I'm so excited for it.
Important to note, DeAnthony Melton not playing tonight. He is out, so they will not be able to go to that lineup, fortunately.
It'll be Batum, Harris, Embiid, Oubre, and Maxey.
So their regular starting 5. But like I was saying, Joel Embiid is playing tonight. I believe this is his second back-to-back of the season.
Is this a back-to-back?
They played yesterday.
For him, yes.
They played yesterday morning.
It's a back-to-back.
Yesterday morning. It's like half a back-to-back.
It's a back.
It's a half back-to-back.
If it was any other star or any other player, it wouldn't have been a back-to-back because he would have rested for the second half. They were up huge.
That's how you know it's not a real back-to-back.
But they wanted him to get back in the game so he could continue his streak. So he did play extra minutes, regardless of him getting hurt doing the exact same thing like a week and a half prior.
If you guys aren't up to date with what's going on with Philly, Joel Embiid's got this 30-point, 10-rebound streak going that apparently is the most sacred streak in all sports.
It's impressive.
It's insane, though. It is an insane one because he went from getting being a center that gets 6 rebounds, 5 rebounds. Now he's getting 10 rebounds. I don't know what went into that. He likes streaks.
Oh, we are going to write so many checks. I hope we can cash them all.
I remember last year we hit a point where we were talking the most smack we've ever talked, and we all we're like, they better win this title.
They better win it, man.
And they did.
And they did. They did win that championship. That's right. They are the reigning NBA champs. That feels good to say.
Yeah, it does.
Who's going to eat tonight, guys? We got to get to our new segment, Who's Going to Eat, presented by Circle K. You guys look at our set. We have a new improvement over here.
Look at it.
We have actual snacks. Here's what I love about this part of the set.
Am I allowed to?
It's the only part of the set you can eat. This gets restocked for us now.
I
constantly.
think that is true.
So you're welcome to now grab right off the snack pile. What'd you get there?
Well, sea salted roasted almonds.
This is their own brand here, the Circle K brand. They have great snacks there. But we got to ask now, who's going to eat tonight, Dev?
It's the big man.
Let's go!
Nikola Jokic is going to eat. He's going to Circle K. He's going to double up. Might have a tummy ache after this one. So maybe he doesn't play in the next game. But I do think that he eats. Embiid gets on him, that's a little too easy for him. They're going to have to put someone else on him. I think they go to the Batum matchup.
Are they going to go to PJ Tucker?
They don't have him.
Oh, no.
They don't have him, so it's got to be Batum. Then they go to Paul Reed, who has to play in the 50s. I don't understand why he's still playing basketball in 2024 with the name Paul Reed. But that's just that's not enough. I really think that he eats every single time, and I love it.
What's wrong with Paul
Were you
Reed?
bullied by a man named Paul at one point in your life?
I kind of get what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
meet anybody named Paul because nobody in my generation name is Paul.
Really? You don't know any Pauls? I got a cousin Paul.
How old is he?
At my age.
Well, Paul Pierce.
I rest my case.
It's a very biblical
Paul.
name.
How
It's
old
a
is
very
he?
biblical name.
Hey,
That's
rest
why
my
there's
case.
Pauls. Maybe you don't know there'd be Pauls. I know a lot of
Paul
Pauls.
Pogba. Another
If there's Pauls out there, I
pretty good
apologize.
Paul.
Who's going to eat tonight?
Michael Porter's going to eat tonight, coming off a monster game against Indiana, 7 threes. He's going to be open a lot tonight, I think, because I'm anticipating Philly really focusing in on guarding Nikola Jokic tonight, double teams, triple teams. Michael Porter's going to be open, and I think his shot looks great right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence offensively. I think he's due for another big game.
What do you think?
What he said, but I'll change it up, and this one might come back to bite me. More of a hot take, but I'm going to say Reggie Jackson steps up tonight and eats off the bench. It was a hot take in the round table. I could see this is the hot take part, 20-plus points, but what I feel more comfortable saying is Reggie is a guy who has such an impact off the bench, and what we all know is a big game. The players know it. We know it. The big guys know it, and I think Reggie Jackson knows it too. Big government shows up.
He would be the best person to show up, I think, just if you think about, if he had 20 tonight, I think the Nuggets win because the bench is a big question mark. I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon, though, because last year they did try to say, all right, we're going to take him beat off Jokic. He's getting cooked. Too many triple-double threat, all this stuff. And they put PJ Tucker on him, and they were only allowed to do that because then Embiid can sag off of Aaron Gordon. They don't have that luxury, in my opinion, tonight. Batum is not that guy. Denver's more prepared for it now than ever. Marcus, where are they going to go with it? So I think that Aaron Gordon is going to have an opportunity to bully guys like Tobias Harris, bully guys like Nick Batum, bully guys like Kelly Oubre, and I just think he's going to have a big game tonight, and I think he's going to be the guy to eat. That's who we think. But if we were to draw up, if we were going to go to a little wishful thinking now and think about, let's write the perfect script for tonight, how would you write it?
Well, look, we want Jokic to not just have his winning impact, but we want Jokic to win the head-to-head matchup. You may be sitting at home saying, I don't care about that. All power to you. I do. If I'm in charge of the script, Jokic goes, let's say a 30-point night, say 30, 10, and 10 kind of night from Jokic. I think you definitely want to see Michael Porter Jr. as the clear fifth best player in this game. It'd be awesome if it's Aaron Gordon too. But you got the two guards and the two centers that I think everyone should just write in that they deliver, that they are some level of very good in this game, good to very good. Can Porter be the fifth guy and clearly over Tobias Harris? That's an important question. So I think if Jokic plays well, outplays Embiid, you want it. You want Porter to be that fifth guy. You want Reggie to have a little juice off the bench. And I would say maybe just a little Peyton Watson highlight, just to round out the experience, get us excited about the future too.
How would you draw it up, Wind?
Whew. Obviously, Nikola Jokic going off and having a monster game is number one. The bench balling out would be huge because if you think back to the last Nuggets-76ers game, the one they played in Philly, everybody remembers what happened in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But really, why the Nuggets lost that game was the bench gave away a double-digit lead to end the third.
15-point lead.
If the Nuggets bench has a good night tonight, I don't really see how Denver loses. If they have a bad night, it's probably going to be close. But Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, man. He was my pretty important piece.
And it was a good pick in the roundtable. I like that. Because they've got to steal some minutes with DeAndre Jordan on the court tonight. So the bench is important.
The bench is huge. And DeAndre Jordan, he really is an important piece in this game because players like Embiid, they're going to go up against that second unit. That's why that's a great answer. And it's just about trying to gather momentum or just keep it, still for when the starters get back in the game. You can't give up these big ones. My big thing will be, like Vogt said, a 30-point triple-double. But also it has to be with, or I want it to be with Embiid trying to get after fouls and not getting the calls. Where you just get to showcase how sad this looks. How that's the only way that he can score. I want it to look just like the playoffs.
Okay.
This is supposed to be a big game. It's nationally televised. It's, two of the biggest players in the NBA right now going against each other. I want them to just play. So if he does not get free throws, I think that just favors Denver so much better.
I hope it's a physical game. I don't want this to be a game where there's a really tight whistle. You've got two beasts going up against each other. Let them wrestle. Let them fight. Let them bang in the post. Don't make this a game where it's just tick-tacky foul. Everybody's afraid and giving up easy buckets. Let two big men do what they do and go to battle on the blocks, on the elbows, and let them play. So that's my first part of this. But to me, this is the first game that I want to feel not like just a Jokic Embiid matchup. I really like the Maxey versus Murray part of this. I think that's an awesome storyline there, and I would love for this to be two different versions of the two-man game on display, and let's see which one works better. And then same thing, two different versions of the five-man game. How does it work with everyone? Is there a rhythm? Are they just going through Embiid? Is Jokic just being aggressive? Is the ball popping? I want to see that, and I obviously comes away with the Nuggets win, but I want it to be a Nuggets team win. I love the MVP stuff. I understand the MVP desire, the head-to-head, but I just would love the narrative of because it's what we believe and it's what we saw in the playoffs. Why do we love Jokic? It's not just that he's great. It's that he makes everyone better. And tonight it would be great if it was on display, the two-man game and the five-man game. It's it's different. It's not about just the one guy. It's about how he interacts with everybody. That, to me, is my wishful thinking. Is it the biggest game of the year, Vote? I test you with coming up with the 5 biggest.
Yeah, I actually think it's the second biggest game of the year.
Second biggest game.
And it's interchangeable, perhaps, with the next Philly game that is yet to come, if he does play in Denver.
I think that one is actually bigger, just because it's at home.
The reason why I can't...
This one's bigger.
You think this one's bigger?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Embiid's going to play.
Embiid's playing. And
But I think he's going to play the next one. I think he got shamed.
yeah, but the Nuggets coming off that just disgusting loss last year in Philly.
Yeah.
I think that carries weight.
Okay, so I have kind of like a 2A, 2B situation or the Embiid games, right? If that's
Okay.
fair. Number one, to me, I still think it's ring night. I think delivering, it was another chance to kind of extend a fifth series win against the Lakers, a 5-game sweep, if you will. It set the tone for the season. Jokic approached it like the way he looked at the banner, the tears in his eyes, the way he
Yeah.
played that like a playoff game. Like them getting that meant so much to us as a fan base. And so to me, that still has to be number one. Then I have the Embiid games. Then I'm curious what you guys think of these next two. It's hard to say now, but on April 10th, the Nuggets will play the Wolves.
Third to last game of the year.
Third to last game of the year. Could very, very well be for the 1 seed.
I think that's a huge game. Right at the end, it could be the 1 seed, but also just a message. That'll be a measuring stick game, I'm sure, for both teams. And it'll just be one of those ones where even if it doesn't matter, even if both teams will look at that as sort of a like, last time we're going to see you until the playoffs, let's just send a little message.
And then, Chat's going to hate this one, and you guys might laugh at me for this. I think the Nuggets actually lost one of their biggest games of the year.
Oh, I do hate it.
And it was the in-season tournament elimination loss to the Rockets, November 24th, 105-86. I wanted
Get
the
outta
in-season
here.
tournament.
Get out of here.
I wanted it, and they lost it. That's on my list.
You don't care for that one?
No.
Why?
It's the bullshit in-season tournament.
We
Dude,
loved the tournament. We
did.
loved the tournament.
Until the Lakers won it.
Yeah,
and then it became
100%.
completely invalidated.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
don't
think you
know.
guys loved it a little more than me.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well, in my opinion.
You said it was a hit, Wind. You said it was a big hit.
It was better than normal regular season. For sure.
Yeah, it's a big game for sure. I'm surprised you do. I thought your list was just going to be Celtics games.
So they're on my honorable mentions, both Celtics games, along with Kobe Statue Night.
Oh, Kobe Statue Night.
That's for
a
you.
big game.
That's
man.
for Adam. That's
you
for
go
Adam.
there on Kobe Statue Night and you beat him. That's like, oh, come on.
I don't know
incredible.
if the league's going to let that happen.
Right before the trade deadline, too. Like, you just know the narrative.
League ain't letting the Nuggets win that
They're
game.
gonna break it all up if they get blown out on that night.
They lose on Kobe Statue Night. Oh, my God. All right, guys, everybody's favorite part of the show. Let's open up the Bet365 Sportsbook app and let's bet on this game. Dev, what do you got?
Denver comes into this game as 1.5 point underdogs.
Oh, man, the line moved?
1.5 points.
Man, what do they know?
I mean, they're home. They're playing well. They have the current MVP, and I get it. But those are the damn champs. Those are the champions going in there, and this is a spot for them to get right and to put the league on notice. This is a big one. Like, this is a major game. I think Denver wins this game.
Really?
Second night of a back-to-back for them. I think that it gets even with Denver not sleeping as well. Like, there's no excuse for me on this one. I'm going to go with Denver. I'm taking Denver on this one.
All right.
Over under of 233. I can't root for an under in this type of game. This
can't
is going
do
to be
it.
fireworks. Both teams are going to want to get after each other. One team is going to look good. There might be two guys for the Sixers to look good. That's their only type of scoring. I think it's going to go over because Denver's going to be able to put up points when they want to. I'm going to go over 233.
I'll take
On
it.
Philly's side of things, let's not waste any time. There's one goal here for one guy, and that's to just go off.
I can't believe
Embiid's
you're doing
gonna
this.
piss us
I
off
can't
today.
believe you're doing this.
He's going to piss us
I
off
can't
today.
believe
He's going to
he's
get
doing it.
foul calls, and it's
30
not
and 10?
right, but
All right.
he's going to get 33.5 points.
Okay.
I'm just going to lock that in.
Locking that in right now,
Lock
Dad.
it
Just
in.
making that bet.
Thank you. I think Tyrese Maxey gets over 6.5 assists. He seems to be the perfect running mate with Embiid. He's not selfish. He seems to be a good teammate. I think he's just going to try to feed him every single time. So I think the assist comes in on that factor. Now let's get off of them because that's not where the
That
fun is.
sucked, man.
This
That
is
was
where
my-
the fun
Thanks for
begins.
that.
Jesus,
Dev.
man.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do it this
Real
game.
fast. There could be foul trouble, so keep that in mind.
Okay, I'm keeping it in mind.
All right, let's start with the three-pointers. This is an MPJ game. Vogt
Nice.
wants it. Harrison wants it.
I want
we
it.
all want it. We
Let's
want
go.
it. Over 2.5 3-pointers. He's moving without the ball. He's staying attention.
He's getting the ball.
He's getting the ball, and also there's going to be so much attention on Jokic that he's going to be able to step back. So I think that's going to be a game for him to be able to score from deep. I also think Jamal gets 2.5 3-pointers. He's been knocking them down. This is a game I think he's going to be really up for.
I hope.
I know it's going to be Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic, but I think it's Jamal who's going to be as locked in as ever in this game. So I like him on that one. I like KCP to record 2 steals. That's plus money. They're just going to need him to just be aggressive and try to slow down Tyrese Maxey. So I think he gets some steals on that. We talked about perfect teammates for Philly. Let's talk about the perfect teammate for Denver. It's Jokic and AG. I think that AG is going to do all of the dirty work. He's going to have the mismatch. He's just a lot stronger. They're also going to try to put Embiid on him. Embiid's going to let him shoot it. That's extra scoring opportunities for him.
Well,
so I think that
you're going to take a 0.5 threes?
You might as well take it. He's going to hit that. He's going to hit it. Also, like over points, rebounds, and assists at 22.5. I can't go without a Jokic bet. It's an easy one. Over 24.5 points. He's going to attack. Like, this is a game he's going to be aggressive. They're going to put guys on him who should not be guarding him and try to have Embiid and help side. That's just not going to work. He's going to score when he wants to and just toy around with them. I'm excited for him in this game. Embiid's a hell of a defender. I just don't think that he can guard Jokic. It's just too much for him. Now on to my lock.
Oh, let's go. Lock it in, baby.
My lock is Jamal Murray over 22.5 points.
Wow.
He's showing up for the big fella tonight?
He's going to show up. There's going to
be
be so much attention on everyone else that he's going to be able to get downhill. He's going to go right at Tyrese Maxey.
I wanted to hear.
Just not big enough for him. Quick, but not big. Jamal, big game.
I like it, man. I like it. Well, we're going to head down to the bar. What a big game, man. I can't wait. What a big game. Finally here. Win or lose, we'll be right back here in the post-game show. You're not going to want to miss it. Hit the like button for us on the way out.
Let's go!
We all silly like the mayor.